pastored by so many of you looking at me right now, watching me, pastored. And so many of them will be thousands of people. All right? I want to tell you this, especially all of you that are powerhouse. God told me, you guys are together, but you're not united. God said, you are together, but you're not united. I want you to be united. And I said, what is this, God? And God explained it to me. And I asked my wife. I said, this is what I heard. I just wanted to enter into the battle. This is what I heard. And my wife said, this is true. I gave her our own part of the prophecy that God spoke to me. God said, everybody has to put their hands together. You will see Christ Embassy. If you see Deeper Life Church, if you see many of the churches, many people under there are called of God as apostles, prophets, teachers, evangelists, pastors, and whatever. And they know it. People that if they have started out another ministry on their own, it will have still been thousands of people. But all of them put effort together, and you hear the word love word, and you hear the word Christ Embassy. That's how it is done. When the devil wants to break things down, he give people different languages. When languages are confused, there are still many people, but everybody is trying to do something on his own. One day Paul said, nobody cares for the things that are of Christ. Everybody cares for the things that are of themselves. Say, all have deserted me, except Luke that is with me. I say, all have deserted me. All have deserted me. Spiritually, we could be deserting each other without knowing. That is the work that God commits to our hand. Is called Powerhouse. The Powerhouse, when the revelation of it was given in 2004, March 2004, it was White House with blue doors, and it fills the earth. So God, this morning God told me as I was bathing, he said, talk it to them live. Let everybody know. Let's unite. Yes, God is giving you vision, is giving you revelation. Bring it together. Let's build the structure that wonder. Now, I haven't built Christ Embassy, I haven't built Deeper Life. All of them have voices. All over the nations of the world. All of them have voices. And I told my wife, I said, you see, this is it. If we are all united, this is what happens. Somebody wakes up in the morning. He's not just praying, Lord, help me today, help me to grow, help me this, help me that. I say, Lord, I'm praying over the powers. Break us forth in the name of Jesus. Let this work grow. Let this ministry. That's how to be united. You can be together, husband and wife, but you are not united. That's why you discover that husband prays at a different time from wife. God told me, he said, there are people that don't have as much strength as you guys have. But they are moving on and things are great with them because they are united. We don't need too much of strength or too much of effort when there's unity. Things move forward. Are you listening to what I'm saying? But with this unity, even though you're together, each person is mustering so much strength to live their life and whatever. Look at places where people are united. You discover that nobody's marriage is suffrage. Acts chapter 4. Whatever anybody has, they contributed. The Bible says nobody had lack. But individually, if they have stayed individually, some people will have suffered lack. Look at the church. Look at how powerful the church was in the book of Acts. Because nobody was saying, hey, my own ministry is jumping for the Lord on the tree of mango. Another person will say, no, I just believe that my own is just, when people concentrate too much on what they do on YouTube, they concentrate too much on what they do on WhatsApp, they concentrate too much on what they do on Facebook, they concentrate too much on what they do personally, then the center lacks. And people are in different directions, trying to use energy, but there they go on for the next 30 years, no platform is ever created. They just struggle and struggle. Just imagine the way you hear the voice of Ibe. Just imagine the way you hear the voice of Sinad. Just imagine the way you hear the voice of Ada or Frank Edward. It's Christ Embassy's voice you heard. And they've become a nation. And everybody is able to take their own. Each one of those people, according to Nigerian currency value, is a billionaire. Don't even talk about Pastor Chris. Do they have several platforms that issues out? Yes. Do they conglomerate into one platform? Yes. Somebody met Apostle Johnson Suleiman. I don't know the reason why God gave me this word. It was very heavy. Don't be sold out on your own. Don't be pursuing your own. What is the central focus of the work of God? What is the central focus of the church? That's why you see that some people, they can share things that have to do with them on many platforms, every platform. But when it comes to this church, they just say, I'm watching. I don't want to share so much on so many things so that when I start sharing my own, they won't be tired. Have you seen me? When any one of you is preaching or teaching or whatever, have you seen me? It's not shared on a few places. It's shared everywhere. Everywhere. I go to the YouTube, I go and comment. I go everywhere I am talking. You are live, I'm talking. I'm asking everybody, can you join? I text them in Italy. They come. Some people in Italy will tell me, we are watching. Pastor David, don't worry. I'm disturbing everybody. I say, this guy is eating it. This guy is eating it. I'm giving you an example of how to contribute to the center. That's the way it works. Don't let us just be together without being united. Somebody's marriage will be suffering. Somebody's ministry will suffer. Somebody's academic life will suffer. So a girl talked to me yesterday, say, I've been in the house. I called her, I said, how are you? He said, I've been in the house, I'm okay, and whatever. He said, nah, I'm trying to look for a job and whatever. I said, why are you not connecting? Why are you not talking? Jobs are flying around. We are giving people links. I said, come on, connect. Why are you always running away? Don't connect. On your own, you have little strength. Together, we have so much of strength. Because that is what Jesus said, where 2 or 3 are gathered together, in my name, I'm there in their midst. And whatever 2 or 3, whatever you bind there or not, if 2 or 3 of you agree on anything and say they bind, he didn't say one. You'll be wondering why. I've seen churches, mighty churches, just break down because everybody just has ministry. My own ministry is just to be doing evangelism on the street. Oh. He said, my own ministry is just to be singing. I'm looking for how to fulfill my ministry. Oh. My own ministry. Jesus didn't die for ministry. He died for church. He didn't say, I'll build my ministry. He said, I'll build my church. The gate of hell will not prevail. Church is different from ministry, but a lot of people don't know. That's why some people go out and dry up. Don't forget. Don't forget, we need to bring everything together. All right? Bring everything together. You just look at it and say, what can I do more? It is insane. What can I do more for this powerhouse, for this church? What can I do more that God even established? You know, the relationship between Pastor Berlin and Pastor Chris was initiated by Sinach. And this thing God has told Pastor Chris years ago, tens of years ago, more than 20 years ago. He wanted to reach out to Archbishop Benson in Daosa and reach out to Pastor Berlin and whatever, because he was a growing young minister and he wanted to. And God said, don't reach out to them. I will make them reach out. And true to that word, Archbishop Benson in Daosa, suddenly before he went home, called for Pastor Chris. And Pastor Chris still waited on the Lord. And he continued. One day, Sinach was in South Africa doing some ministry. I met Berlin. I said, will you want to meet my pastor? Not knowing what God has spoken to our pastor. Will you want to meet my pastor? Why singing our own songs, doing our own things? He could have forgotten. Anywhere you see that guy say, I bring greetings from my man of God. I saw they invited her to come and teach, to come and sing at Holy Ghost Festival in London with Pastor Adeboye and say, I greet you, Daddy, and I bring greetings from my man of God, Pastor Chris. He sends his greetings. Can you say something? No wonder it's the only woman in Nigeria, Christian singer, that had 100 million views on some of his things, some of her things. 1 million subscribers on her YouTube. Because there are road pavers and there are road users. There are people that God put there to pave road. Another comes and everybody is putting building blocks. Paul said, as a wise master builder, I've laid the foundation. Let everybody take it. How he builds thereon. How did we know about Timothy? I was telling my wife. How did we know about Timothy? He never flaunted any ministry. How did we know about him? Through Paul. How did we know about Elijah? He was not thinking of any ministry. Elijah. How did we? Joshua was the one winning all the wars during the time of Moses. Joshua was the man of war. Moses never took